All right, here we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Listing Launchpad Director's Cut. Um, Today, we are joined by Mr. Greg Elwin to show us this amazing opportunity of a listing that he just launched in Shoreline, Washington. But before we go through all that, I do have to give you the disclosure. So, stuff that we do here on this very show. It is basically, all information discussed on this video is intended for entertainment purposes only. We do have to disclose this because we don't want you to say, "Oh, I watched this and this is what you said." This is more for a longer form, trying to give you a more in-depth information. However, you have to do your due diligence and make sure you're cross-referencing all the information directly with the agent or on the MLS. So all reasonable efforts have been made to ensure the accuracy of the content of this video at the time of preparation. Information presented is believed to be reliable, but is subject to change at any time and without any notice. And without a further ado, I'm going to bring in Mr. Greg Elwin. He's got this gem of a listing in Shoreline, and there's a reason why we called the website Shoreline, shoreline-opportunity.com, because it really is. Greg, welcome.
Hey, thank you, Jay. It's good to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for joining us. I know you're a little under the weather, but
Yeah, it's
do
okay. It's a
appreciate the insight.
sweatshirt kind of a day, so the vitamin C is all good.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's just jump right into it, because when I went into this listing thinking, I was thinking the worst case scenario, because the only thing I kind of had to go by were the photos on Zillow,
Right.
and before the listing went live, the photos on Zillow weren't that great. So I was, that's why I was asking, like, hey, is this like is this a rehab, is this a flip? But then, like, I showed up, and like, it's pretty move-in ready, and on top of that, it's like an opportunity type of thing.
Yeah, it's absolutely both. It is definitely move-in ready. This is a comfy, cozy home that you can get into right away, but it's got some projects available to it. It's built in 1960. There's been a few things done to it over the decades, but it is ripe for some refresh. Right? Let's get in some kitchens. Let's get in some bathrooms and really freshen this thing up. But that's all stuff that can be done once you move in, right? This is the kind of house I moved into when I moved into my current house, and we just picked off a project at a time, right? We'll do this bathroom this year, we'll do that bathroom the next year, and work our way through it. This is a solid home. It's in a great neighborhood, and it's ready to just have someone come in and rub a little elbow grease around it and brighten it right up.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was going into it thinking, oh, you're gonna probably have to do a bunch of stuff, but I mean, it is definitely moving ready, and and just the potential. There's so much potential, like, and that's why I asked you that question. Like, if this house was just turnkey, nothing to be done anymore, everything updated, it probably would be worth, I don't know, 20-30% more, right, than what it's
Uh,
listed for.
Yeah, absolutely. And when we look at comps in the area, a house like this that's renovated, that's updated, that's modernized, it's $100,000 or $200,000, more.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I look at this place as a move-in ready opportunity. It's not a flip house. It's not a rehab. It doesn't need a full remodel. It's ready to move in and then pick your projects off as you go.
Right. And you can see right as you enter. So this is the main entrance coming in, and you've got the living room right there, and it's very bright with the big window. Again, like, I mean, it's pretty
Yeah.
like the paint was fresh. Like you can just, I mean, I could imagine, okay, I'm going to put my couch here, I'm going to put my TV there, like, it's pretty ready to go.
It is. You come in that front door, the big window, you got skylight there. It's lots of natural light, beautiful hardwood floors. And, a lot of times the hardwood floors definitely need to be refinished. But
Mhm.
again, these are in such a condition throughout this main floor that they're ready to go. and here you can see as we walk through the main floor, you get into a kitchen that's a little bit dated, right? The appliances are a little bit dated, the cabinets and countertops are a little bit dated, but it's got such great bones to it,
Mm-hmm.
and there's nothing wrong with that kitchen. It's completely functional. It's completely comfortable.
Right.
But I could see that as somebody like, hey, I don't need any more fluorescent light fixtures, and the countertops
Right.
need
Right.
to be
Right.
freshened up. So
Absolutely. But I mean that's the reason why you're getting it potentially at the price
yeah,
that you're gonna get it, and that's why it's listed at the price it's listed. Um, like if I was doing this all over again, I would say, hey, let's suck it up for a couple of years, right? And
hmm
we schedule a couple of projects here and there, and like while you're doing everything is functional, so it's not that it's not like you can't cook in there. It's just other than outdated, it's fully functional.
100%. And it's good. Look at the big deck. Great for entertaining. Great for just people gathering out there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a beautiful, quiet neighborhood. It's Shoreline, kind of nestled between Aurora and I-5, almost right between the two. So it's quiet and super convenient, though. Everything you need.
Absolutely.
You go one way to Aurora and you've got everything you could possibly think of needing with your grocery stores and home improvement stores. And you go the other way and hop on the freeway or hop on a train, for crying out loud. It's right there.
Right. And that's another thing we talked about is this is a great opportunity because you can fix the stuff
hmm
and make it into your liking, but the things that you cannot fix, obviously location. Like it's in a great location and you can't fix that.
Right. This is not a house that looks like this that is adjacent to a freeway,
Right.
because those ones are out there, right? It's not a house that looks like this that backs up to commercial property. This is a quiet cul-de-sac with a bunch of similar homes, and just peaceful in the backyard. It's peaceful standing out front. Um, and you can't duplicate that, right? That's the thing that you can never fix. So if you got it, let's work out these things. Let's rehab a bathroom and make it what we want it to be in a
Right.
house in a location where we want to be at.
Absolutely. And I did notice kind of like, in the cul-de-sac, at its current state, I'm gonna say, the neighbors are gonna have better. Neighbors' houses are probably a little bit better, which is kind of like what you want, because you want the worst house on the block, because you're gonna be able to, when you do it, then your value is gonna be able to far exceed when you do rehab it and fix it up and stuff.
Yeah, there's about 6 homes on this cul-de-sac, and five of them are all the same vintage, 60s and 70s homes. One of them is relatively new construction, so somebody took the time to go into this old neighborhood and tear a house down and rebuild one.
Mm,
And so they're in various levels of refresh, rehab, or rebuild, and so it just makes for a cool location, because you're never going to be the brand new house that's on the cul-de-sac, and that's fine. But you can be the nicest mid-century right there, and it's going to look really good.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And one of the reasons why we do this is to allow listing agents, yourself, to be able to tell just a little bit more in-depth story about the house that you're not going to be able to pick up just looking at the picture or even watching the video or reading the description. So I paused at this photo because
Thank
we're
you.
gonna we're gonna talk about the potential where you can house hack and actually
Yep.
use the lower floor as the rental. But we're gonna run into an issue where the current laundry situation is downstairs. I'm gonna let you pick it up from there.
Yeah, appreciate you pausing here. This is a kind of a cool feature. So yes, we'll see some pictures downstairs. Downstairs has its own external entry. It's got a full kitchen. It's got a bathroom. It's got a couple bedrooms, living room, dining area. It's a full and complete living quarters, including a stackable washer dryer. And so as I walk through this house looking at the potential market, who would want this? What are the opportunities? I'm like, okay, this is cool, but we need a washer and dryer upstairs. And this closet that you paused on, that closet is deep enough and wide enough to accommodate a stackable washer and dryer. Well, that's cool. You know, you can put a washer and dryer anywhere, but where's the plumbing and drain going to come from? Well, the cool thing is the back wall of that closet is the wall of the shower on the other side. So you've got hot water, cold water, and a drain right there. The most important things when it comes to placing a washer and a dryer is that plumbing. You can run electrical. That's relatively simple to do. So we can run electrical down in here to power our washing machine and power our dryer. But if you get a place where you don't have access to plumbing, putting plumbing in walls and floors is incredibly expensive. We've got it right here. So we could put a stackable washer and dryer in that closet, tap into the existing plumbing, run a little electrical through the attic because it's got a nice attic space, drop that down. Now you've got a complete upstairs home with a washer and dryer in it and a complete downstairs home with a washer and dryer in it. There are stairs connecting the two inside because it was a one-story home with a basement before. It still is. But now you could totally house hack this thing, right? You could totally create a situation where the owner can occupy the main floor and they can rent out the downstairs with its own exterior entryway
Hmm.
and recoup some of their costs associated with their mortgage and really offset some of that. So it creates a great opportunity. Yeah, you can see there the stairs heading
Yep.
down. There's a
This is the
door
door, and you can
frame.
probably like deadbolt that, right? So
You bet. So there's a door frame at the bottom of the stairs. There's not currently a door on there, but that's a really easy add because it's already framed in and ready to go.
right.
And that door can just be put a deadbolt on it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And and
Yeah.
and again, like that's a pretty cool thing that we brought up here. You can see that copper pipe running right there. I mean, you could
Yep.
easily, because that would be a dilemma for somebody, who might think about renting the lower unit out. But the fact that it's got all that set up, so this is the lower level living room right here.
Correct. Yep. And so it's a nice open space down there. It's another view of that living room. That's a view from the exterior door walking in there. And then there's the kitchen with the washer and dryer built in. So it's definitely apartment like, right?
Hmm.
But from a rental standpoint, that's what you want. Something that's makes good, efficient use of the space. The bedrooms are good sized. The kitchen and dining area are good sized. And so it would make a great opportunity for somebody to own, live upstairs, and rent out the downstairs. In fact, I talked to an agent this afternoon who called and asked that very question, curious about what rental revenue might generate for a place like that. So he's going to do a little research and get back to me. And he's got some clients who are interested in doing that exact thing.
Absolutely. And there's like a little patio slash like outdoor area on the lower level as well. So whoever is renting that, it's not just the interior space. There's some outdoor space too.
You bet. It's actually a covered patio that's covered by the deck up above, and not all decks are created equal. Lots of decks, the water just runs right through them, but this deck was built so that's not the case. So someone who's got the downstairs would have an outdoor covered patio that's going to stay dry, and then there's also a patio in the backyard that would allow somebody to get out and catch a little sunshine when the sun comes out.
Right. And the owner and the renter is gonna kind of have to duke it out because that patio, it's kind of stuck in between. So they're gonna have
It
to,
is.
hey, is this mine or yours, or are we
Yeah.
using it together?
Yeah, no, it's a little bit of a split level with the patio and the deck back there. This is
Mm-hmm.
a picture of the RV parking that's on the right side of the house as you're standing in the cul-de-sac. So interesting though, this is an easement, and it's an easement that was created for the benefit of both parties. So the folks who own the house that I'm selling will share that with the folks that are to on the other side of that driveway. And so the way the easement's written, it says it was created for the mutual benefit and it is intended for the mutual benefit of the owners of both properties. So neighborly, right? It's going to have to be whatever the use for that property is. It's going to need to be neighborly, so it benefits both sides. But it does create a great opportunity for RV parking, or somebody's got a boat or some sort of utility trailer. It's a great opportunity to have some extra parking there.
Okay, so just to clarify, the house behind it or house next to it?
The house next to it. So as you
Next to it.
stand in the
Okay.
street, yeah,
Right.
that. And if you
Got
remember,
it.
it's that's the new build, the
Yep.
newer build house. Yep.
Yep.
So
Got it.
that's a
Got
look
it.
at
And here's that
that
patio.
patio. Yep.
Yep.
So go up the stairs, and that's the big deck that takes you into the kitchen. Go down a few
Right.
steps, and you're in the covered patio for the lower unit.
Yeah, this could be kind of like, where you guys meet and hang out, the upper level people and lower level people.
Yeah, little community area there.
Mhm. And I'm going to
So
say
just
I'm going to say you're probably what, 5-10 minutes away from all the shops, on Highway 99, right?
Yeah, so I was there the other night, and realized that there were a couple light bulbs out, and because I hadn't been there after dark, and so I needed to run to the Lowe's to get a couple of light bulbs, and I was on Aurora in 3 minutes,
Mm.
and 20 blocks down to the Lowe's, and at commute time at 5 o'clock in 8 more minutes. So it was a really quick turnaround to run down, grab something I needed, and come right back.
From geographical standpoint, I mean, just looking at Seattle as overall, right? You
Hmm.
can't really beat Shoreline, kind of like that Shoreline, Northgate area where you're still somewhat suburb,
Yeah.
but then you're kind of in the middle where you can get to Seattle, right? But then you're also close enough to the north where if you wanted the super suburb life or shopping or whatever experience, like you can still get to Linwood, you can get to Edmonds, you can get to Mill Creek or what have you. Like I really like that middle part of the I-5 corridor, in the Seattle stretch there.
Yeah, I'm with you that that Northgate Shoreline, uh, up to Mount Lake Terrace, just kind of that
Mm-hmm.
King Snohomish County line area, and it is super convenient, and especially with light rail. There's a picture of the one of the light rail stations there. So there are two light rail stations that are active right now. One a little bit north of us, and one a little bit south of us, but they're nearing
I think this
completion.
is the one currently being built, right? Or is it the one
Yeah,
that is already built?
that is already built.
Okay.
So the one that's being built is right at 145th. So we're on 146th, basically 146th and Ashworth, for those that know the area. And so from Ashworth and 145th, head east back towards I-5. Well, you can't get there right now because the road's closed because
Because
of
roads
construction.
closed, right?
But once that's done, then you're going to take 145th for just a couple of minutes, cross over I-5, and you're at the train station. And then and so you can take the train north and south, right? The train's going all the way up to Linwood now. Somebody wanted to commute and go up to Alderwood Mall, or hop on the freeway and drive up to Alderwood Mall. I like this picture because that's an aerial of the Aurora looking south to downtown,
Mhm. Yep.
and that's not a mirage. That is beautiful downtown Seattle down there. And Aurora's a long drive when you want to go to downtown because a lot of stop and go, but it's easy to hop on the freeway and head down from
Right, alright. And I
140.
didn't even I didn't even think about, like, you're pretty close to, Green Lake, right? That
Oh
whole
gosh,
kinda scene.
yeah.
So, I mean, again, location-wise, like, it doesn't get any more versatile than this, honestly.
No, I mean, from where you're at there, yeah, downtown Seattle's a long ways away, but in between here and there, Green Lake, um, uh, uh, all the neighborhoods that are in and around that 85th to 55th, and then down to Fremont and Ballard, there's just so much. It's so close. And then if you want to get out to like Shill Shoal. It's a couple miles south on Aurora. Boom, hang right on 85th and take you down to like Golden Gate Park and all kinds
Mm.
of cool places.
Okay. Like in a perfect world, right? Like we're about to wrap up here, but if you can create a perfect avatar the perfect type of people or perfect buyer for this property, like what would that be?
Yeah, I think the ideal buyer for this property is going to be someone that is maybe their first time or maybe their second time. Maybe they bought a condo and now it's time to step up into a home. That is, perhaps they're tech folks that work and live in the area, or perhaps they're part of some sort of industry that's strong, whether it be aerospace, and they're looking for a place that they can get into and that they want to hack. Right, they want to do this thing right here. They want to have plenty of room upstairs. This is probably not going to be their forever home, but it's going to be their for a long time home, and then they're going to use this rental opportunity downstairs to offset their expenses and cover part of their mortgage, and just help set them up for whatever's 10 years down the road.
Yeah, and I didn't even it just hit me when you said that it's not going to be their forever home. So when you go in there, you do the sweat equity thing, you house hack it, and you're ready for your next home. And next thing you know, now you got yourself a property that's going to have two tenants.
Well, right. You turn around and in 10 years or whatever the time frame is and decide, hey, I'm gonna rent this out and keep it as an investment
E-
property, and I'm gonna
Exactly.
use the equity that I've created and the position I'm in now to go ahead and move into my forever home. And now I've got passive income moving forward.
Right, right. I mean, I don't know the exact kind of how the market is down there, but like if you wanted to, because I'm just looking at it from like Mill Creek standards. If you wanted to rent this house as a whole house, it's probably gonna run you 3,500, like 3,000, 3,500.
Yeah,
Um,
so exactly, as a matter of fact, because that's what it was rented for before by my
okay.
current owners. They were getting about 34.50 per month, and had anticipated increasing that a couple $100.
Right,
So if you're talking about now just renting out the bottom half of that, well, the bottom half is smaller. It's got less bedrooms, right? So it's not going to be half of that, but it's still going to be, $1,500 a month,
right,
somewhere along those lines for a really cool, spacious area in a great
right,
neighborhood.
right. And imagine kind of having somebody there that's going to offset some of that mortgage payment. I mean
Yeah,
that's got to be huge.
it's huge. Yeah, it's just huge. Think if you're renting that out for $1,500 a month and you're saving $1,500 a month on your mortgage, what you can do with that money over the
Right.
course of 5, 6, 8, 10 years.
That's why we called it Shoreline Opportunity. So, make sure
Exactly.
everybody you go check it out, shoreline-opportunity.com. You're going to be able to see all the photos, the video that we created, as well as the virtual tour and the floor plans and whatnot. And Greg's made a couple of fun educational type of reels. So we'll be releasing those in span of next couple days as well. And you did a really good job making those.
Yeah, those were a lot of fun. Enjoy doing that kind of stuff. So, yeah,
I love
come
it.
come check us out. Give me a call if you've got any questions. Go see the place. Check out the website, and let's see if we can make some buyers' dreams come true and some sellers' dreams come true.
Yeah, do you guys have like do you have any open houses coming up, or do
Yeah,
you have offer review date? Any other detail that the viewers need to know?
sure. Two things. We don't have an offer review date, just given the time of year where we are going live with this, and it is smack dab in the middle of the holiday season. And I'm doing an open house this coming Saturday, the day after
Okay.
tomorrow, which is 4 days away from Christmas. And I imagine that there's going to be some folks that are out getting ready for Christmas, maybe Christmas shopping. And so I'm not sure how many people are going to come to the open house. So if you're out and about, come by and see me, and I'll show you all the cool things about this house. And no offer review date because again, it's the middle of the holiday season. We don't want to put any undue pressure on anyone. So
Right, right.
let's get a good buyer in here and let's make sure it's the right thing.
Right. And I'll tell you, I mean, the best time to buy is probably when everybody else is not thinking about it because you don't have to compete. So if you are in it to get the right property for the right price, this could be the one.
100% true. Let's buy a house when we don't have to compete for it because that gets you a better price.
Absolutely. All right, Greg. Well,
Yep.
I appreciate you hopping on. Good luck on the open house, and yeah, let us know if any. Hopefully, I mean, I feel like this is gonna go. This is a great opportunity. So if there's the person that's been hungry to be able to house hack and start that real estate investing journey, like I feel like someone's gonna come in and swoop this thing away.
This is a perfect house in the perfect place with a perfect situation for that. It's ready to go.
I love it. All right, appreciate you, my friend, and we'll talk to
Cool.
you soon.
Excellent, Jay. Thank you all. Thanks, everyone. Have a good evening.